Hello and welcome to episode 27 of Unemployed to Unstoppable. Happy New Year. I hope you've had a wonderful time. It's time to get back to Millwall in the Championship. We're currently 6th. Got 2 games for you today, an away game at 3rd place Reading in the league for a bit of competition as we fight for the playoff space. And then we've got a home game against Brentford in the FA Cup just to mix things up a little bit. I'll come back in a minute and we'll go through the transfers and previous results, and then we'll get straight into the matches. So stick around, I'll see you soon. Welcome back. So first thing to really catch you up on is transfers. In terms of outgoings, we have let one go for quite a significant amount of money. Romain Esse, who was playing on the right hand wing for us, we've let him go for 9.25 up to 10 million. He had played a number of games for us. He was doing pretty well. He wasn't quite the player we wanted. We'd brought Ruprecht in the summer, who'd picked up an injury. Esse was deputising, but when a fee came in for 9 to 10 million, we had to really let him go and bolster the squad elsewhere. So he's gone after a huge number of years. Homegrown player. Sad to see him go. He's gone to Oxford United, who are incidentally in the Premier League, which I'd never realised, but well done them. I think they are bottom of the league and will be coming back down. But Esse's gone. What that meant was we had to bring in some other players. We brought in Michael Olakigbe, who's a right winger. Just a like-for-like replacement, but he's come in at 3.5 star with a 4-star potential. Again, he's relatively quick. He's got the stats we need for playing on the wing, but more importantly, in terms of his report, he's a good championship player with potential to be a leading championship player. So he's a massive improvement. He's even better than what Ruprecht would be. So longer term going forward, a free transfer that fits into the first team couldn't be sniffed at. So we brought him in as the first one. The second one was Ömerkan Aydin, who we'd already pre-arranged at right back. Again, he's come in. He's already played 8 games for us and got 1 goal from right back. 18-year-old Turkish player coming from Borussia Dortmund. Kind of is an understudy to McNamara, but he's kind of taken the first team spot in recent games. Again, high work rate, good stamina and stats where he needs it. Not very good at crossing or dribbling, but again, he's still been playing relatively well at 18 and he's got a lot of way to go. So I don't think we'll keep him long term. I'd like to, but I don't think we're going to be able to. He's only on £825 a week, which is an absolute steal. But yeah, more strength in it right back. And then the third one we brought in is a bit of a waste of time for me, really. But a number of squad players came in and said we weren't strong enough at goalkeeper in terms of depth. So I brought in Oliver Christensen on loan, just to deputise at goalkeeper. He was better than our reserve goalkeepers. He looked like he had quite good stats. He's on loan from Plymouth, but he's not really done anything for us. He has played games in the Championship for Plymouth, but he's not really played for us yet. He probably won't. He didn't appease the players anyway. He's coming for a loan fee, which I kind of wish we weren't paying now because it didn't appease the players. And then he'll leave again. So 2 good ones, 1 not so good one, and a player gone out, which means in terms of transfer and wage budget, we've 1.45 million in the transfer budget and we're comfortably in our wage budget now. In terms of the squad then, the other players we wanted to get rid of but unfortunately weren't able to is Casper Denore. Again, nobody wants to pay his wages, but he is unwanted now. We're going to release on a free if possible, just to get the £40,000 a week wage budget back. And the other one, if I can find him, put him in, he's at left back somewhere. Ken Seamer, again, he's decided he's going to retire now at the end of the season, so we'll get his wages back come transfer window anyway. And then as we look towards the end of the season, it's the loan players, it's the reserve goalkeeper, and then maybe Jake Cooper, who's unhappy. He might well leave as well, but we're not going to let him go for a nominal fee. We're going to keep him to the end of the season because it's not worth it really to let him go. And he's scored quite a number of goals for us, so he's actually scored 6 goals from centre half for us, 1 in the FA Cup, so 7 total. So 34-year-old, he's done a job for us this season. In terms of the league, we are 6th. We're on 58 points, so we're tied with Nottingham Forest, although we've played a game more. The real test now is playing Reading. They're 11 points ahead of us. I think it's quite a gap to try and close. I think we're looking more at the 5th, 6th type spot. I think we can do it. And then the only other thing to say is in terms of players, Malik Williams is already at 18 goals, which is a phenomenal return for a striker in the Championship. And the only other one is Isaac Hansen-Aaron, is easily our best player. We've just offered him a new contract because he's already playing at a Premier League level, so a decent Premier League level. He's a perfectionist. He'd be decent for most Premier League sides. Great form. So I mean, when he plays well, we play well. When he's not in the side, we're a completely underperforming team. So we'll try and time down a long-term contract, and we'll keep him for the future. Certainly, if we do manage to get through the playoff route to the Premier League, he's someone we're going to want to keep in next season. In terms of fixtures since you were last with us, you had the Luton and Blackpool double draw in the last episode. We then went on to play Swansea at home. We got a 2-0 win, Alex Robertson, and then an own goal. We then followed that with an away draw at Portsmouth, 0-0, so not very prolific. I don't know if Hansen was playing, but Notts County in the FA Cup third round, 3-0 win, comfortable. Alex Robertson, Williams, and Chukwuemeka getting the goals. We then got we got turned over by Nottingham Forest at home, 4-1. Aiden, he did score on his debut though, which was a bit of a bonus to integrate him into the team. We then beat Wolves away 2-1. Hansen-Aaron and Billy Mitchell getting the goals. A really unusual game against Ipswich at home. Jake Cooper getting a hat-trick of headers from corners. So he got us the victory against Ipswich for another valuable 3 points. FA Cup fourth round was against Huddersfield. Managed to win 2-1. Jake Cooper and Malik Williams with the goals. We then got our biggest victory of the season, which was a 6-0 win away at Middlesbrough. Kerr Smith getting 2 headers from corners, Malik Williams 2 up front, Chukwuemeka and Aronson getting goals from midfield. We then beat Cardiff at home 2-1. Namwasetting getting 2 goals in a rare start with Williams being tired. And then we've hit a little bit of an iffy patch of form at the minute. So we've had a draw against Derby, Billy Mitchell penalty, drawing 1-1. Preston we drew 2-2. Malik Williams and Amaku getting the goals. Amaku making a rare start with Zephy being injured. And then Leicester we got a 1-0 win at home with Stankovic penalty, which Stankovic doesn't play too often, so a bit of a rarity for us in that game. And in the last match we drew away at Stoke with Malik Williams and Hansen getting the goals. We did go a goal down. We managed to get 2-1 up, but we lost the goal in the 77th minute. So to get away with a point, we're more than happy with that. So that just leaves today's episode to have Reading away in the league, and then a bit of a change of pace for Brentford at home in the FA Cup, who Brentford in the Premier League. So it's going to be an iffy one, that, but we'll do our best and we'll see if we can sneak a result somewhere. I'll go and get the teams ready. I'll join you soon and we'll get through the first match in the episode. Stay tuned. Welcome back. So the starting lineup away at Reading, a bit of a changed lineup. We have got some tired players, but we've got Sarkic in goals, back four of Dean Atkinson, Stankovic, Smith and Aiden. So again, only Smith and Aiden are our normal first two from that. A midfield three of Chukwuemeka, Hansen-Aaron and Robertson. Again, Chukwuemeka wouldn't normally be starting. And then a front three of Alakigbe, Amaku and Namwaset. Again, Amaku and Namwaset wouldn't normally be starting. It'd be Williams and Zephy, but we need to rest some players, and this is probably the most convenient game to do it. I think it's going to be a tough ask to get a result at third place Reading without our first team fully fit and out there. But we will do our best. This is what the Championship's like. It's 46 games. When you've got quite a small squad, it can get quite difficult to rotate them and still pick up the results you want, but that's football, isn't it? We'll do our best. If we can nick away with a point, it'd be brilliant, as Reading get the first corner of the game. In it goes. Initially it's headed cleared, but they come in for a second bite of the cherry and Jaurigo gets the goal. He took the corner, ball got headed clear, he managed to pick it up again, cut inside and fired it into the middle of the goal. So 13 minutes in, I think it's going to be a case of tired legs are going to bite us in the backside here. But we will see how the game develops. If it's quite close, we can try and make a little bit of a difference into the second half. Again, a bit of a disappointing thing on the player development note is Robertson's not quite reaching his potential yet. I mean, he's 25 Australian, but I would have expected him to be Championship standard by now, but he's still only League One. Oh my word. And that is some shocking defending. Chukwuemeka, I think it was. Well, Stankovic looks to pass it into the midfield. Chukwuemeka then plays a really short back pass, leaves Sarkic no chance, and Yeah, 2-0 down to Reading, third placed, and deservedly so. You can't play balls like that. I mean, Stankovic and Chukwuemeka not normally in the side, as Atkinson gives us the throwing down the left to try and get back in the game. Chukwuemeka looking to redeem himself. Chukwuemeka and Stankovic playing together for the first time in a long time. Again, we can't really penetrate yet. Some good one-touch football of the Kigby into Robertson. He had a bending effort to the far post, but it's been tipped over. I think it was a good little bit of play in there as the Kigby puts in a corner. Smith gets the initial header, but it's put past the post. He'll try again. I mean, I normally like the in-swingers as opposed to the out-swingers, but whatever. The Kigby puts it in again. And unfortunately, it's going to be cleared this time. So promising to get a couple of chances, but I think we're drifting out of the game a little bit. We're going to have to make some changes come half-time. Robertson shattered. Hansen Aaron's going off already. We'll keep him for the FA Cup game. I think we just need to make a few changes for some fresh legs. Rescue some of the players we can in terms of fitness for the FA Cup game. So we'll get Kigby off. Zephy on. And Maku for Williams. And that's it really. As Kigby gets a chance down the right hand side. In it goes, but it's cut out. I think that was probably just a highlight from the substitution. Although it could be a highlight for Reading if it carries on down the right with Marquinhos. He skips past two players. And Maku covers back and puts it out for a corner. So not a vintage performance, but this is the test. I could have easily brought us back for a game against one of the bottom sides that we should have won, but I want to see us tested against the better teams, the Readings, who are third. Brentford in the Premier League would be an interesting challenge to see where we are. Zephy plays it to Aiden down the right, and it goes to Namwasset, and he gets a goal back. So 35 minutes to go. We're not out of this yet. Smith plays it down the right hand side to Zephy, who normally plays on the left. He cuts it inside to Aiden, breaks down the side, plays it into Namwasset, and he's just left with a little tap in from inside the 6-yard box. So Namwasset on a rare start because Malik Williams has been in a rich vein of form. But we are back in it, and hopefully we can maybe nick another one. Robertson for Gannon, probably the last change we can make. A little bit more encouragement as we go into the final 20 minutes. We'll go. I was going to go a little bit more positive there. We'll leave it unbalanced until we see the end of this highlight as Reading pushes down the left hand side. Greve into Cliver. He has a shot that goes wide. We will go a bit more positive, because we want to throw everything we can. I mean, if we lose 2-1 or 3-1, it's neither here nor there. Come on. One more shout of encouragement as we go into injury time. How much are we going to get? 4 minutes of injury time. Are we going to get a chance before the end of the game? No. So 2-1 loss. Not the end of the world. It's a bit damaging in terms of the playoff push, but I think we did all right considering we were tired from the word go. I mean, they're up in third. They're long clear of us now. We're still just hovering in them playoff places, which is our aim. We've got 11 games to go, so I think it's possible, but not guaranteed. What I'll do then is I'll click us through and get us ready for the FA Cup game. We'll see if we can get a good first strong 11 out there and do our best to counter-attack them and get through to the next round. If not, it's a home tie, so we should get some gate receipt money, which will bolster the finances for next season. So stick around and I'll get us ready for that one. And welcome back for what is probably our biggest test as Millwall manager, a home tie against Brentford in the FA Cup. It's a good one. I've been looking forward to it since it came out that. Starting lineup then, Sarkic in goals. We've got a back four of Timon, Cooper, Smith and Ayadin. Timon coming back in at left back. We have got an injury to Lengelo, who's been out for a while, which is why Dean Atkinson played the last match. But Timon coming back from his injury just at the right time. Midfield three of Mitchell, Hansen, Aaron and Robertson, which is our usual traditional three in the middle of the park. And then Kigby, Zephy and Namwasset, which is nearly our best team. Malik Williams would normally be up front, but he's still suffering from a bit of fitness issues. So we're going to rest him. We might well bring him on in the second half, especially if it's a close game. But I think ultimately the league is more important to get into the playoff places than getting into the next round of the FA Cup, although that would be a particularly good thing on the CV if we could do it. So still a few players struggling with fitness. We're going on a balanced approach. nothing too aggressive at the start. I think they're heavy favourites, so anything is a bonus. We just don't want to. I mean, ultimately, we want to stay in the game for as long as possible. Cooper with the ball at the back then as we play our way out. Ayadin is giving the ball away. Smith gets it back. And we've gone long up front. Other Kigby picks it up down the right hand side. But it looks like Brentford are just. Robertson's nicked it. And Robertson has given us an unlikely lead in 3 minutes. I think maybe the old adage of scoring too early could be in play here. As Robertson robs Ayer at the back, takes it on himself and fires in a left-footed shot into the goal to put Millwall 1-up in the FA Cup. And these are the worst games because you want it to be 0-0 for 87 minutes now just so you can get through to the next round. Although I think that is extremely unlikely, especially as Brentford have got a highlight on the 11th minute. Mateus Nunes in there, Doucouré and Ramazani. So yeah, straight away. I mean, our goal was robbing them on the back four and getting an unlikely goal. Theirs was just 3 passes and they got straight past our entire team. So it shows you a bit of a gulf in class. Doucouré, a player I'm very familiar with. Ramazani just playing the ball past Sarkic. Quite an easy and comfortable finish in the end. We don't need to see it a third time, although it was a good finish. So 17 minutes, 1-1. I think we would have been happy with that. A bit disappointing having gone a goal ahead to be cut back to level pegging so early. But again, as long as it's a draw, we're still in the tie. And the longer the time goes away, the more chance we've got of either nicking something or dragging this to a replay. Although Brentford have another chance. Doucouré again over the top to Pedro, but he fires it wide, fortunately for us. I'm going to try and hit some early crosses. Have made a quick change. Robertson's looking absolutely shattered. A corner just before half time and injury time. Timon will bring it in. Have we got Kerr or Smith up there? Cooper gets a header. So the centre half we kept from last season, we talked about at the start of the episode, he has got what is his 8th goal of the season now. I mean, them set piece goals have really done us wonders in terms of league position. And we go in at half time 2-1 up against Brentford in the Premier League. So who would have thought it? Let's see if we can get out there and get through. I'm not going to change anything yet because I don't want to upset the apple cart. But Zeffy and Robertson are looking favourites to come off for some fresh legs. I think Chukwuemeka for Robertson's probably the change I'm looking for. Namwasek goes down the left-hand side early in the second half. Back to Timon who cuts inside. He looked like he was chopped down there. Zeffy plays it through to Namwasek. And we've gone 3-1 up. I think what I might do is just for the legs is get Robertson off, Chukwuemeka on just for a bit of fresh legs up there in the middle, especially for closing them down. I think it's going to be important. I don't think Robertson had much left in him. Zeffy's the next one I'm looking at, not just because he's tired, but he's also on a yellow card, and we don't want to go down to 10 men if we can help it, as Brentford play the ball out from the back. And again, I just want that time to tick down. It can't tick down fast enough. Zeffy for Amaku there. I mean, we've been advised by the coaching staff that now's the time to do it. So we will do it. Amaku's on. Chukwuemeka's out there. Timon with the ball at the back now. We don't want to get caught at the back like we did in the previous match. I'm always a bit dubious. I like playing the ball out from the back because I think we can do it and it's the best way to develop our football. But every now and then we do concede a goal from messing about. As Brentford pick up the ball and look to build something patient from the back. Timon wins it back to Chukwuemeka. Oh, he's been locked down. It looks like he's injured. And we've managed to go. Oh, what's it? It's been disallowed. It looked like we got 4-1 up there. Aronson with a finish. It's been chopped off for offside. I did think we should have had a foul there. As the ball goes down the other end. And are we going to be punished now? So here we go. We should have had a free kick or a goal. They then get a penalty. And Pedro makes it 3-2. So I'm just going to have a quick look at what subs we can make. Because I think that's all 3 made. I'm not even sure we can make another one if we want to. So we're going to have to see this one out. It's a long way to. It's going to be a long 27 minutes as Pedro dispatches the penalty. And disappointing to give it away, especially when in a commanding position. I thought for a split second we were 4-1 up and cruising. We've now got 20 minutes to go, 3-2 up. I don't. It's stick or twist time. I mean, Timon's looking absolutely shattered out there, but I don't think I've got any changes left to make. Let's go into the final 10 minutes. Could be heartbreak if anything goes wrong now. Mitchell with a free kick, and yeah, I can go out, kick it into the stand, kick it into the car park if you can. Anything to take the time down. 7 minutes of injury time, and Brentford have got a highlight. We've got it back. Chukwuemeka's got it. I don't want to lose it there. Timons and Cooper, Mitchell, all the way back to the keeper, which is it's not what we're wanting. Dean Atkinson into Hanson Aaron, the Premier League standard player. Dean Atkinson, a Yadin. I've just got a feeling we're going to get caught back there. It looked like it was there to Cooper, Mitchell, Imaku, Chukwuemeka. Namwa sets through on goals, and he's missed an open goal. That could have been the one that put us through. We've got 1 minute left of injury time. Full time, that's it. We've done it. We've done it. Millwall are through to the next round. Brilliant goals from Namwisa and Cooper. I can't remember. Is it Timon that he didn't get the other one, did he? Let me have a look. What a fantastic result that was. I wasn't expecting that. So Robertson, Cooper, Namwisa, 3-2 up at Brentford. And we've managed to put our name in the next round of that. I mean, fantastic. Winning the 5th round. £229,000. I mean, the next episode's got to be the next round in the FA Cup, surely. It depends when it is. But yeah, what a wonderful way to end the episode, and a fantastic way to start the new year. It's going to take me a while to wipe the smile off this face. Once again, thanks for watching. If you want to make sure you keep updated, make sure you tick the little bell so it notifies you when a video is uploaded. The next one will be out in 3 or 4 days. But yeah, absolutely buzzing. Millwall going on for an FA Cup run and making a playoff place for the Championship, hopefully. I look forward to seeing the next episode. Hopefully you do too. I'll see you next time. It's been enjoyable, and I'll see you soon.